Radiant again, the story of Citra's transformation. Citra stood in front of the mirror, observing her reflection with a swirl of emotions she couldn't quite pin down. The morning light spilled into her bedroom, illuminating the soft curves of her face and the gentle rise and fall of her breath. It had been a long journey to this moment, one that had reshaped more than her appearance. It had reshaped her confidence, her perspective, and her sense of self entirely. For years, Citra had been defined by roles: daughter, wife, mother, loving roles, all of them, but roles that had subtly eclipsed the vibrant person she used to recognize when she glanced at herself years ago. She remembered the days before motherhood, when she woke up in the morning and felt delight in her own reflection and unself-conscious, unguarded joy. After 2 kids and a whirlwind of sleepless nights, school runs, family gatherings, and commitments that never paused, that joy had dimmed. Then came a decision, not impulsive, not vanity-driven, but deeply personal, a choice to step back into her own story. Her friends had whispered different reactions. "It's your body, do what you want," one had said. Another had said more judgmentally, "You were fine before." But Citra knew the truth. She wasn't doing this for praise or approval. She was doing it for herself. The mommy makeover, as the term went in glossy magazines and social media feeds, was not some shallow pursuit. For her, it was closure, a reclaiming of identity that had felt diluted under laundry baskets and lunchboxes, homework checks and family priorities. It was a symbol, rather than the sum total, of her transformation. A fresh chapter begins. In the days leading up to the procedure, Citra felt a cocktail of excitement and nerves she hadn't tasted in years. She spoke about it with quiet confidence, not to broadcast triumph but to affirm her own agency. "I'm doing this for myself," she said to her reflection before bed, "not for anyone else." Her husband, Armin, was supportive. He had seen his wife transform from a vivacious young woman into a supermom capable of juggling soccer practice, PTA meetings, and midnight fevers with equal grace. Now, he was happy seeing her chase happiness again, whatever form it took. Their youngest daughter, Amara, simply asked, "Will you have superpowers when you wake up?" Citra laughed, "Maybe just a little extra sparkle." And sparkle was exactly what she embraced. More than skin deep. The makeover was a mix of surgical precision and careful healing, a tailored plan that balanced aesthetics with well-being. The results, when she first saw them, made her pause, not because they were shocking, but because they reminded her of something she had forgotten. She could feel beautiful again. It wasn't the curves or the contours that moved her most, though those changes were empowering. What struck her deeply was the feeling of integrity, the sense that her outside now mirrored something she had been rebuilding on the inside for years. Her friends noticed. Some reached out with genuine excitement. Some took selfies together. A few even admitted quietly, "I'm jealous, it looks like you have your old glow back." But Citra's glow wasn't old at all. It was evolved. It was wisdom blended with laughter, lines that told stories. It was strength etched in the gentle confidence of her posture. That night, she dressed up in her favorite dress, the one she always saved for special moments, and went out with Armin for a quiet dinner after the kids were asleep. At the restaurant, it felt surreal to watch heads turn just a little as they passed by, but she wasn't there for attention, she was there for joy. Midway through dinner, Armin reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "You look amazing," he said softly. She smiled, a slow, unguarded beam. "I feel amazing," she corrected, "like I found a part of myself I forgot was missing." Ripples in the real world. The next morning, Citra posted a picture, not a glamour shot, not an exaggerated pose, just a candid portrait of herself smiling in the sunlight. The comments poured in faster than she expected. "You look incredible. So happy for you. Can you share your journey?" The attention was overwhelming at first, but something about it didn't faze her. She didn't post to impress strangers, she posted to celebrate a milestone with the people she cared about. Some followers messaged her privately, asking for details. Were there regrets? Was it painful? Would she recommend it? She answered honestly. "It was healing, not magic. It helped me feel like me again. But in the end, confidence still comes from the inside." Her words resonated, not because they were polished, but because they were real. Redefining beauty. In the weeks that followed, Citra found herself in deeper reflections. She started journaling again, something she hadn't done since college, and the pages filled with truths she had forgotten she held. She wrote about mornings when she felt ready to face the world before her coffee even cooled, She wrote about being proud without seeking approval. She wrote about love, resilience, joy, and playful curiosity. Her friends asked her what had changed. Was it the makeover itself? She thought for a moment. Not really, she replied. It's what reminded me that I get to choose how I feel about myself. That's the real makeover. Citra began hosting weekly morning walks with a small group of women, neighbors, friends, acquaintances who were also navigating their own transformations. Some carried scars they hid beneath sweaters. Some laughed loudly. Some spoke softly but with strength in their eyes. They talked about art, work, family, dreams deferred and dreams rediscovered. And sometimes, just sometimes, they talked about beauty and what it truly meant. A new kind of spotlight. Citra's social media posts became less about looks and more about life. She shared morning routines, books she loved, moments of gratitude, and candid thoughts about self-acceptance. Her younger followers appreciated the beauty tips. Her older followers appreciated the life perspective. The mothers especially resonated with her most. One day she received a message that simply said, "Thank you, you made me feel seen." And at that moment, Citra realized that her journey wasn't about being admired, it was about being understood. Looking forward. Months passed. The makeover faded from the spotlight of her posts because it didn't define her life anymore. She still cherished it, but she cherished the lessons even more.